Hello, hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Ji ayanu. Pakhair agale. Ni hao. Tunashume. Washmale. Ohio. Guzaimes. Guten Morgen. Hola. Bonjour. Privyet. Kaifa hal? Hala shuma chatore. Ahlan wasalan. Marhaba. Buna. Mucho. Gracias. Swabiov. And a very amazing good morning to everybody who's tuned into PTV World and are watching World this morning on a very cold Tuesday morning over here in Islamabad. Ladies and gentlemen, you're definitely tuned into PTV World and are watching World this morning alongside your favorite Shazad Ahsan Khan. I hope that everybody who's out there is just doing perfectly fine in their life and they're destined to achieve excellence. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, but I think that this is something which we always wanted to talk about and we couldn't justify that. Even yesterday, I had Ali Gohar on my show. You know, he's one of our very amazing colleagues. He's a beautiful person and he's a great anchor. And he kept on saying that, you know, it is so important for people to disconnect from all of what is going around them and just think about themselves for a while, be with themselves and relax. But I think that, you know, the way life is these days, I think that it's very difficult for anybody to disconnect. It's difficult for people to not think about their future. And thinking about or talking about future, ladies and gentlemen, I think that, you know, for somebody who thinks about their future while in their present, I think that they're doing something wrong with themselves. And it's because of the fact that, you know, this fear of uncertainty kind of eats you up. And I do not want my viewers to be eaten up by this fear of uncertainty. And that is because of the fact that for all of what you have lived through, for all of what you've gone through was a phase of your life, you can always learn and you can forecast by actually making sure that you look into your past and make sure that you're not going to make the same mistakes. But then at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, I think that the world is moving towards being more materialistic. The world is moving towards being more status oriented, where the world is moving towards being a little selfish as well. But that's not how it was in the past. Now, if I'm going to keep a situation right in front of you, which is that from 2018, I've been boasting that I've read this article which says that by 2020 that the deaths because of suicide are actually going to go up even in Pakistan, and the number is staggering as well, and it's piling up. But not just that, but when we say that, you know, people are very afraid of uncertainty, it's because of the fact that people, the surprise which you're going to get by thinking about future in your present, I don't think that it's great, because you cannot think all right. I mean, if Allah has given you a life which where He has actually bestowed upon you all of the blessings and you have enjoyed them for the rest of your life, or the life you have passed so far, what makes you think that there will be something wrong in your future? So this thing, ladies and gentlemen, disconnecting your own self is very important for all of those people who are out there. And today I think that we are actually going to talk about this topic in detail, and it's because of the fact that today I'm very lucky that I've actually been joined by a person who's an author himself, and he himself believes in having in having an environment just like kindergarten. You know, when kids go there, kids socialize with each other without even thinking the kind of household they belong from or the kind of people their parents might be, because they are kids. And humans being social animals, I think that this is the first thing, that you really need to sit down with people, talk to them, and you feel relaxed. That's the concept with friends as well. Ever since I was growing up, my parents never ever stopped me from not calling my friends over, because they realized that, you know, this social connect my son or their son is going to have with his friends is actually going to help him be a better being. But things are changing now. Unfortunately, there are people who does not have content in their life. There are people who do not feel great about themselves. There are people who might have the most executive position in this world, but they still do not feel all right. Why? I think that this is something which we really need to talk about. There are people having issues. I mean, for example, if we talk about anxiety, if we talk about depression, if we talk about discontent, if we talk about people not feeling happy, so there must be something wrong. Now, what we need to do is that we need to figure out whether there is something wrong with the kind of upbringing we had, or is there something wrong with the world now, as of now, when we say Tuesday 2020, ladies and gentlemen. So to talk about all of this, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be in conversation with somebody who actually tells us, who actually convinces us, as in how to move towards the happy lane. And this is one of their books as well. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, to build up on this, now there are two things which I wanted to talk about, and that is that the way I was I was nurtured, the way I was treated by my family while I was growing up, I think that that was the most perfect thing any parent, or that was the most perfect environment any parent could provide to their kid. Do you think that that was the right thing, or is that the way how we should actually groom children? I think that this is something we need to talk about. And then, other than that, for somebody who's not even honest to his parents or her parents, I mean, I do not really want to, discriminate over here. So everybody's in it. We always want our conversations to be inclusive. So, for people who are being dishonest to their parents, who are dishonest to their family members, who are dishonest to their wife or kids, how do you think that they're going to be honest with you? So I think that there's something wrong with them, and we need to really talk about it. So for all of those people, from the horse's mouth, ladies and gentlemen, with us today, we're very lucky that we've been joined by this amazing gentleman who's none other than Brigadier Dr. Muhammad Tahir Nawaz. Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Very fine, sir. Wa alaikum assalam.
Sir, a very good morning. Thank you very much for taking out time and joining us on our show as well.
Thank
so
you.
let's get started. The first thing which came across my head when I saw you was that for somebody who was an officer of the highest order in the Pakistan Army, all of a sudden changed track, came back to writing books and making sure that there are people who feel content in their life. How did that happen?
Right. The connectivity with the past and the paying and guideline for the future,
Yep.
that was something we owe to society.
Exactly.
Welfare of a community, having positive thinking and thinking for the future generation is our prime duty.
Okay.
As we're living today, we should just be thinking upon how would be my future,
Exactly.
to whom I am handing over my flag.
Exactly.
The Pakistan is youth pulse, 64% is youth, a very, very talented youth.
Exactly.
We, the elders of the society, I do include myself in that, we are supposed to build them in such a way that we feel proud of them.
Exactly.
And and we are proud of them definitely, but we are supposed to give them the realignments of the life.
Indeed.
And we are supposed to tell them how to create emotional bank accounts, how to connect with each other,
Yep.
how to have the socializing, and how to have the positive socializing,
Exactly.
and how to achieve their goals, how to have the power of life, how to get more in life while serving the community. You know, once you start serving the community with the positive approach, that always pays in life.
Exactly.
That is my synopsis of life.
That's true. But the only reason why I've posed this question to you is that when was it in your life that you decided that this is something I want to work on?
Right. Since my parents, I am lucky to have both parents as teacher. May Allah bless my father. He left me in July 2019. I do feel, I had a feeling of that. I was much advocate of the socializing.
Okay.
So, from the Pakistan Army, I went on a mission UN peacekeeping in Sierra Leone.
All right.
I saw their youth, I saw their children, I saw their families, 70% HIV positive people, lots of fever and all that. Once I came back to my own country, I was always, my head was always bowed with the blessings of Allah Almighty. We are blessed with everything, lot of talent,
Exactly.
good weather, beautiful people, nothing. Or I mean, no negativities. But I was always focused and I was conscious about the connectivity of the people.
All right.
I was instructed by my mother, may Allah bless her with good health always.
So much.
She told me, do something good for life. And the good is to me is to look after your future.
Exactly.
And not only my 5 children, to look after the children of the youth.
Exactly.
So to me, as long as a conventional study degree is there, the same importance to the having the soft skills.
Exactly.
How to deal others, how to have a communication with the comfort zone.
Exactly.
And how to create the comfort zone with the people.
That's true.
That we need to teach people.
Exactly.
Smiling face, doing productivity, and having good in life.
Exactly,
That is-
and this is a wonderful way to put it as well. But there's
Yes.
one thing which I've always realized in my life. I don't know whether I'm correct or not, and you can even correct me, because over here on this sofa, I'm a student of yours. I think that this is how I want to put it. And for all of those people out there in 46 different countries, they every day when they tune this channel, they need to learn something new, and this is what our motive is. So there's one thing which I feel for myself, not for everybody else. It's not a generic statement. I'm just saying specifically for myself that this is how it feels, and this is how I feel. That people are generally either born happy or born sad. It's not the life, it's not the world which makes you happy or sad. So either you are happy from within, either you're not. That's it.
Yes, one thing we should know all parents, everybody, even my young students,
Exactly.
they should know we need to take charge of yourself.
Okay.
Firstly, we need to identify yourself. Acknowledge, मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ we should acknowledge ourselves
Ourselves,
first.
yes.
What I am, who I am, and what I am supposed to do. One. Secondly, once I am there, we have been created a very happy soul by Allah Almighty.
Exactly.
The environment being provided by the parents, they are the future guidelines.
Yes.
And for future guidelines, very briefly, I'll share with you for the welfare of the community and myself. There are 5 principles which we are supposed to follow.
Sure, go ahead, sir.
One is always thinking light, as I was sharing with you in the room. Thinking light means focus on your goals and get the prayers of your parents.
Exactly.
The one who doesn't get input from the elders, he is no more in life.
Ba adab ba naseeb. Agli
Ba
baat
adab
nahi karte.
ba naseeb, be adab ba
Be
naseeb.
adab, be adab.
One. Secondly, positive thinking. Positive thinking is a multivitamin in life. Power of hope. The God who, Allah Almighty, who has given you all these blessings, He'll give you in future also.
Exactly.
Having the positive hope is the second segment. And thirdly, optimum utilization of your potentials. मैं ज़िंदगी में सबसे ज़्यादा निशुक्रा उसको कहता हूँ, the one who doesn't uses his potentials.
Exactly.
Positives and positive potentials. And last thing, having humbleness in life.
Wow.
Humbleness is a positive currency.
Exactly.
Humbleness जैसी there is no currency in the world.
Exactly.
Universe में कोई currency humbleness जैसी नहीं. Be humble and ethics.
Exactly.
That pays.
And we need that. Thank you very much for saying that. And this is one thing, ladies and gentlemen, ever since I was growing up. So I have a Punjabi background, and I was born in a joint family system as well, lived there for 3 years and then moved to Islamabad. So as a matter of fact, what I've learned is that, all of those Punjabi quotations I used to hear from my parents. For example, जिस पेड़ को फल लगता है वो उतना ही झुका हुआ होता है. I think that this is where humbleness and modesty comes in, and it always works in. But there's this one thing which I'm going to pick up, and that is that you said that using your ability to the optimum level.
Yes.
Now, for people to realize that they have this ability is something which is not the forte of everyone.
Right.
Of being in control or being in charge of your own personality. How can one develop that?
Right. Before answering your question, I'll just narrate a Punjabi quotation.
Sir.
एक बाबा जी का कहना है, दुनिया उते रख फकीरा, इंच तू अपना बैन खलोन, कोल होवे ते हसन लोकी, छड़ जावे ते रोन.
क्या बात है.
कि once you live in the life, you do everything with a smiling face.
Exactly.
And once you leave them, the people around you should miss you.
Exactly.
दुनिया उते रख फकीरा, इंच तू अपना बैन खलोन, कोल होवे ते हसन लोकी, छड़ जावे ते रोन. I just translate for the convenience of
Exactly.
the audience that once you are living with the people, your dealings should be very principle centered.
Exactly.
Very straight, very transparent, and very principle oriented. No U-turns, no
Indeed.
right and left turns, and no missing the words meaning. You should be straight.
Exactly.
And once you leave them, people should miss them.
Yes.
And miss them, that with all those who has met you in life, they should wish to meet you again, and all those who has not met you in life, they should wish to meet you
Wish
again.
to meet you.
Answering your question that how we can develop this
Yes.
in life. The first thing we should need to tell everybody that there's nobody else is like you in the universe. We have different fingerprints, we have different kidney tissues,
Yes.
we have different blood groups.
Exactly.
Allah Almighty, I call it OEM, original equipment manufacturer. Allah Almighty has created us unique.
Exactly.
So be grateful for the uniqueness you had in you. So everybody has something very, very unique quality in himself, which second person doesn't have.
Indeed.
And we need to identify that unique quality. इस आइडेंटिफिकेशन प्रोसेस को बाबे बुल्ले शाह ने मन कहा है, इकबाल ने खुद ही कहा है, और स्टीफन क्वाय ने सेल्फ डिस्कवरी का.
ऐसे ही.
वी नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई अपने मन में पा जा.
Indeed.
तो मन सेल्फ आइडेंटिफिकेशन को इसलिए बुजुर्गों ने, सारे बड़ों ने बहुत सॉफ्ट लैंग्वेज जो उन्होंने यूज़ की है, इसको पहला स्टेप बताया. तो सेल्फ आइडेंटिफिकेशन के बाद आपकी मंजिलें शुरू होती हैं, और आपकी मंजिलों की जो ट्रांसपोर्ट है वो आपकी हम्बलनेस और ह्यूमिलिटी है.
Wow, wonderfully put.
दिस इज योर ट्रांसपोर्ट. अच्छा, आपकी करेंसी जो है,
Yes, sir.
your currency and that transport, you are supposed to pay some fare also.
Yep.
And your fare is your positive approach.
Wow.
Positive use of words. अल्फाज कायनात बदलते हैं. मेरे रब ने भी जब कायनात तख्लीक की तो कुन कहा.
Exactly.
तो अच्छे अल्फाज इंसानियत के लिए मल्टी विटामिन है. गुड वर्ड्स आर लाइफ. जैसे प्रवीण शाकर कहती हैं कि उसने जलती हुई पेशानी पे हाथ रखा, रूह तक पहुंच की बात मसीहाई की।
Indeed.
The one who is coming, he is not doctor. The actual transportation, actual communication of the emotions is everything.
Exactly.
Be sincere to them.
Exactly.
आप किसी से शेक हैंड करते हैं तो look in his eyes. आप किसी से कंसोल करते हैं तो be adopt those emotions.
Yes.
I'll say adapt and adopt those
But
emotions.
do it the sunnah way.
हाँ,
Yes.
don't. और human beings, they live through adjustments.
Exactly.
Don't think yourself that you are everything. Don't be I'm enslaved to the concept of inferiority or superiority complex. Inferiority or superiority complex, दोनों, they both are diseases.
Okay.
To me, they both are diseases.
Okay.
So there is no complex once you're dealing human beings and you're dealing equal.
Yeah.
So your currency is decency, your coach is positivity,
Yes.
and you're taking the power of words.
Exactly.
Power of positive words. Or you believe in Allah. As a
Exactly.
Muslim, I would share with everyone, we believe in Allah. कि इकबाल ने कहा था, तवक्कल इसको कहते हैं कि खंजर तेज रख अपना, फिर अंजाम उसकी तेजी का मुकद्दर के हवाले कर.
Wow.
So once you have all these weapons in you, how could you think bad or failure in life?
Exactly. Or probably, I think, there's another description to it as well, that if you're going to use your ability to the optimum level, you really do not have to worry about what's coming next. I think that's beautiful, and you've beautifully put it as well. And since I've been a host, I've been affiliated with the television industry for the last 9 or 10 years now, I think that this is one thing which I've learned myself, that the power of tongue can actually take you to the sky, and it can actually bring you to the floor too as well. So I think it totally depends on you. But other than that, sir, I think that that one thing which is missing these days is the way our parents have nurtured us, the way our parents have groomed up. Ever since we were kids, we belong to a household where we might not even have enough to eat. But then at the same time, this culture of sharing with others, okay, if there are only 2 parathas to eat, everybody can have it together and then go work whatever they want to do. And end result, what we have seen is that while our uncles, because we were living in a joint family system, they have been blessed so much. And it's just because of the fact where you said that it's the humbleness, it's the modesty, it's that sharing, caring culture. But these days we don't see it. Everybody wants something very special for their own kid, and that's the kind of era we are living in. How do we groom children?
Parental institution comes first, and in parental institutions there is no class in that.
Yep.
At the poor, middles, executive, there's no class in that.
Exactly.
Parent is a parent. In parental institutions, first of all, we should teach our children how to give in life, not to take in life. To take in life, it creates a sense of greed in people.
Yeah.
The sense of greed is a disease to me.
Yeah.
So once you learn how to serve people, how to give it to people, so Allah Almighty is with you.
Yep.
One. Secondly, the element of connectivity, sharing and caring is lessened. People are not worried about food. People are worried about balance in their mobile.
Yeah.
We are IT slave. So, somewhat I am not against IT. It's a positive aspect also. It has do have. I'm support it,
yes.
but lot of benefits. But there is a negativity in it also. We are overslaved by this. Once I use the word overslaved, the parents are not teaching their children how to shake hand with their elders,
Yep.
how to look after their elders, and how to receive others with a smile.
Exactly.
The question is not of food. Food comes at the
Exactly.
end.
Exactly.
Even before offering food, you could give a simple glass of water with a smile.
Yeah.
To me, we have lot of education. हमारे पास conventional degrees आ चुकी हैं.
Yep.
The society, the think tank, the elders of the society, the academics, the seniors, they need elders of the society. They need to think on this, how to groom our children.
Exactly.
Basics कैसे बनाने हैं, इस youth को productive कैसे बनाना है,
Indeed.
और positively कैसे चलना है. जितनी importance conventional syllabi की है, उससे double importance उसकी training की है.
Exactly.
To me, training includes there should be a syllabi from class nursery till PhD level on the professional ethics,
Exactly.
which starts के how to greet people, how to meet people, how to sit with people. आपको याद है कि जब हम बचपन में I am a product of giant family system, and definitely you are.
Yes.
The how we used to live, there were one guest and he used to be mixed in the family.
Exactly.
And we are sharing, caring, and in the first 3 days हम मेहमान से पूछते ही नहीं थे आप किस लिए आए हुए हैं.
Exactly.
He'll just meet, enjoy and have a leisure time.
Exactly. Which is why, sir, I'm going to add on to this as well, and it's based on my own experience. That is that since we were growing up, so I've seen my grandfather looking after his sisters, his brothers, getting them married because he was the only eldest in the family, sacrificing even though that he had 7 kids, including my father and my uncles and aunties, everybody, but he made sure that he's actually going to primarily focus on his brothers and sisters first, get them married, and then think about his own kids. That selflessness, I think, has given us quite a lot in this life, and inshallah, we expect to get that in hereafter as well. So that selflessness is nowhere to be seen now, for everybody, even parents, even when we talk about kids, everybody want something for themselves only. So this inclusivity is no more to be seen or witnessed.
How I take it, the enjoyment or the taste of emotions, this society has less taste of emotions.
All right.
हम उस तरफ बढ़ गए.
Okay.
You enjoy taste of emotions.
Yep.
Taste of emotions to be a good son. Taste of emotions to be a good friend.
Exactly.
Taste of emotions to be a good daughter.
Exactly.
And taste of emotions कि मैं कभी आपको कहूँ कि मैं आपको सिर्फ मिलने आया हूँ.
Yep.
This no thing. अच्छा मैं किसी से सलाम ले लूँ किसी एल्डर से कि मेरा आपसे कोई रिश्ता नहीं, सलाम ले रहा हूँ.
Yes.
क्योंकि उसके 10 अल्लाह ने 10 नेकियां लिखी हैं.
Exactly.
As a approach of positivity. With that approach कि ये this favor I am doing to myself,
Yep.
not to the other one. Unfortunately, I am part of this society. मुझे बड़ी feel it's a sore point for me. It hurts me a lot कि जिस elder को हम जानते नहीं उससे हम सलाम ही नहीं लेते.
Exactly.
It's something a negative culture. अस्सलाम वालेकुम तो हर एक को कहना हम पे ज़रूरी है. फ़र्ज़ है.
Yep.
और 10 नेकियां लेनी है और वापसी पे वो एल्डर कहेगा कि आप खुश रहें.
Indeed, we have to.
हाँ, एंड जिससे हम सलाम लेते हैं, इट हैज़ बिन, ये कल्चर डेवलप हो रहा है कि सलाम सिर्फ उसी से ली जाती है जो जानने वाला है.
Indeed.
You greet only those people to whom you are known. It's a negative approach.
Exactly.
And remember that हमें paradigm of the society we need to change it from the paradigm that we favor somebody if we are courteous.
Exactly.
Remember that if we are a source of comfort for somebody,
Yep.
or we are courteous to somebody, we're not doing a favor to him.
Exactly.
We're doing favor to ourselves.
Sir, but
while being courteous
Yeah.
and humble and I mean,
but I'm
source
going to
of
share the picture from my side. So, sir, now since I've told you the kind of product I am and the kind of household I belong from, so I have this habit of saying salam to everybody. So I have these amazing friends standing behind the cameras. I say salam to them as well. I go to my master control room. I'll say my salam. Even when I'm in gym or wherever I am, I do say my salam. But what I've seen is, so may it be a man, may it be a woman, may it be a kid, I will say salam to everybody. But majority of the times, people do not reply back because they don't know me, or either they are not friends with me, they're not family members. So how do we get that environment right? Because we're only left with 1 more minute, so you have to sum it up.
You have one weapon, very strong weapon, jiski koi communication. The weapon is not slave to any language.
Yes.
The weapon of body language.
Wow.
I call it NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming.
Yes.
The weapon of body language and simple smile. One day he'll not reply, second day he'll not reply, third day he'll definitely reply.
Yeah.
There's a saying of a Baba ji, Tade masjid, tade mandir, tade jo kuch tainda.
Yeah.
Par kise da dil na taing, Rab dila vich rehanda. I'll request the youth कि रिस्पेक्ट एल्डर्स. और कभी अस्पताल में जो आपने MBA किया, BBA किया, यू आर अ यूनिवर्सिटी स्टूडेंट, कभी आपने किसी अस्पताल पे बैठे एक बाबा जी को बैठ के पूछा है कि आप ये दवाई पकड़ के किस बात पे परेशान है? डोंट गिव हिम मनी बट गिव हिम द इमोशनल हीलिंग तो करते ना. बैठ के उनको हौसला दे दें कि बाबा जी सर दर्द है, जल्दी ठीक हो जाएगा, क्या कोई बात नहीं, मैं आपको सड़क पार करा दूँ. हमें जब तक कम्युनिटी को देने के लिए दूसरों का एहसास डेवलप नहीं होगा, उस वक्त तक हमारी प्रोफेशनल एथिक्स और हमारी डिग्रीज का फायदा नहीं.
Amazing. I think, sir, it was very reassuring to be in conversation with you, and I think that she's actually going to reply to my Assalamu alaikum now as well. But thank you very much, sir, for joining us. It was wonderful to have you. And for everybody who's out there, ladies and gentlemen, on your free will, you can definitely go and check out the kind of work Brigadier Saab has done. He's an author to 4 books, and there's one more book which is coming out, and sir, the name is?
तामीर शख्सियत और खुशियों भरी ज़िंदगी का आगाज़.
तामीर शख्सियत और खुशियों भरी ज़िंदगी का आगाज़. So for everybody who's out there, it's personality development and starting a happy life. So thank you very much, Brigadier Saab, for being with us. It was lovely to have you.
Thank you.
But right now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. At the same time, for everybody who's actually taking out all the information, all the awareness we're giving out, it's wonderful. But then at the same time, as Brigadier Saab said, that it's the connectivity, it's how you see people, it's how you greet them. And this is something which we're going to do in the next segment, because we are going to have the officer of the Most Excellent Order of British Empire on the show. I'm feeling very proud. Thank you very much, Brigadier Saab, for being with us. For everybody who's out there, we're going for a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Good morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. For everybody who just got tuned into PT World, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching World This Morning. And at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, in the previous segment, we were actually in conversation with Bagir Saab, who kind of made sure that everybody out there is content with their life. And I think that that's the way forward. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, to be very honest, I think I was not a very, I don't know, I was never very nerdy kind of a student, but I always wanted to learn more. And I think that the shortcut I found for myself was to sit with people who have a lot of exposure, who have expanded the horizon of their thoughtfulness to another level by meeting other people, by seeing other people, by going all over the globe. And this is what I believe, that people who actually are friends with people who do not belong to the same background you are from, who are not the same skin color, who are not probably the same age as you are, you can learn a lot. And yeah, it can go either way, because that's what my parents used to say, that you're not supposed to be friends with boys who are elder than you, but does not really make a difference. But today, ladies and gentlemen, because over here at PTV World, we even think that we really need to share the kind of guests who can actually inspire you. And today I'm very lucky that I've actually been joined by somebody whose life has been an inspiration for everybody. And as a Muslim woman, I think that she's achieved a lot. She had this foundation with the name of Ethnic Minority Foundation, and she was actually awarded to be the most excellent officer of the British Empire. But not just that, she's the honorary commander of the Royal Navy herself. She started her career with BBC, and she went all around the world. She almost met all the world leaders. She almost met all the actors. She met people from all walks of life. And the way she was asking questions while she was interviewing all of those guests, the only thing which I was wondering was, how am I going to ask somebody questions who have been asking questions for the last 50 years. But ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, we're very lucky. I actually want to seize this moment, because this is the kind of guest we want to share with you. She's none other than Ms. Durdana Ansari, OBE as well. Hello, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, and very good morning to you, and good morning to everyone. And I'm extremely well. Thank you so
very
much.
much for joining us. It's wonderful to have you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. So, ma'am, getting started, I might fall short of words, and it's just because of the fact that your profile is huge. And all I want to know is, how do you sum up your life? I know that it's not that simple, the question itself, but the moment you started your career to becoming an honorary commander of the Royal Navy, where you have been awarded by the Queen as well to be the OBE, going all over places, meeting different people, how have you shaped your own personality to be who you are, Durdana Ansari?
Shehzad Khan, thank you so much. I think I am the person who I am. I was the person when I was when I was 16, when I left this very lovely, beautiful city of Islamabad. At the age of 16, when I got married,
wow.
My father just sent me off, and my principal was said, "Why are you marrying this little girl off? Because she's the one who recite all the poetry in the morning, and we won't have any sound after that."
Yep.
So, and then it's a long journey.
Yeah.
But then, which makes you humble. I think that's what I am, a humble person. A person that, yes, you do get knowledge, but I'm still a learner.
Yep.
I still learn every single day, and I'm learning from you as well. So I'm Durdana Ansari as I was long time ago. Yes, I've seen the world. Yes, I've met some amazing people from street to palace.
Yes.
And I think that makes you a very, as I said, that the humbleness
Yep.
should not go. So that is something that I always possess.
Exactly, and that's so beautifully put as well. But then at the same time, ma'am, for somebody who's been all over the world, who meet people from street to the palace as well, but to be so, having the soul which wants to do something for people. I mean, you were awarded because of the fact that you had this foundation, Ethnic Minority Foundation. But not just that, you've been going to Afghanistan. When the earthquake struck over here in Pakistan, you were amongst the first ones to reach over there. So then at the same time, being a lady who's full of status, and then at the same time having a heart for people, how does that go along? I think that's something people would want to learn.
I think that is definitely comes with your nature, your genes, your parents, and then the faith in Allah Ta'ala that you have. and you want to, and you feel that Allah Ta'ala has actually sent you to this world to do something special.
Yeah.
And there's always a target in front of you. There's always something like, you know, I'm always running after something.
Yeah.
There's a challenge in front of me. So I always create my own challenge before somebody else says, you have to do that.
Yeah.
So the thing is that once you have that kind of nature, and sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And if, like you're saying, talking about the Women Project, that was some 10 years ago. We were asked to do, to educate only 100 women from across the country, from south to north in England.
Yeah.
And it was only supposed to be Muslim women. This is what I started, and I was, until then, I was working for the World Service, BBC World Service, working for the Urdu service, speaking in pure Urdu, and then obviously living in England for last 40 years. You have to make sure that you, if you want to keep your culture, you keep your language as well. So I did the same thing, making sure that my children also speak very good Urdu as well. So after that, I went to the Meridian Service and the Outlook and whatnot, and went to Afghanistan and interviewed lots and lots of people.
Yeah.
Once the when I was working for the English service for 12 years as a producer, there was television programs as well. So I was also presenting on TV for 15 years. For it's like a home. You know, you're coming to a television camera. It's like a home for you, and a person, lovely person sitting like yourself. So those 100 women became, over like 7 years, more than 9,000 women.
Yep.
Because if you are focused, if you know exactly what you want to do, first of all, you need to know what needs to be done.
Yeah.
That is where we get all confused, that we don't know which way we are going.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't know what's around the corner, but maybe I'm the kind of person who would like to know what's around the corner before I even turn right or left.
Exactly.
So I think once you are prepared to do something extraordinary, God Almighty, He does, you know, gives you
Yes,
something
so
to
you
do.
find a way. And ladies and
You
gentlemen,
find a
this
way.
is exactly what we were even talking about in the first segment, where Bageri Sahib actually told us that, you know, how important it is for us to identify the kind of person we are and the kind of things we want to do in life. So this is one thing I want to ask you, that, you know, to identify, you know, which you just mentioned, that, you know, to be here and there, and, you know, things like that, where we're not even able to recognize the kind of potential we have. For somebody to be in charge of their own personality, what does it take? Because you've done it.
Shahzad, the thing is that it's like identify yourself, yes.
Yep.
At the same time, you must respect yourself. If you, in order to ask somebody else to respect you, you must know who you are, what capabilities you possess, what are you able to do.
Yep.
So once you are clear in that, then you just pray to Allah Ta'ala, okay, fine, this is where I want to go. Please make sure that the whole universe actually starts working towards
Exactly.
that. Once I was working in the earthquake zone in Kashmir in 2005, I used to fly with a helicopter every morning with the army. They used to distribute medication. Every time I got off the helicopter, the people, lots of people just, you know, just ran towards me. And as if I was there to help them,
Yep.
but I was only reporting.
Yep.
This is that moment when I realized, my God, no, I'm here to do something else.
Yeah.
I'm here to help people.
Wow.
I went back, and honestly, when you're thinking like that, something happens.
Yep.
Within a week, the British parliamentarians asked me to come back to Kashmir with them. So I came back. Within 10 days, there was a House of Lords member. He said, I'd like you to come and head a project. I was working in the media for a very, very long time, 30 years. All of a sudden, my life was changed. I was helping out the women, but I didn't know where I was supposed to start with.
Yeah.
So I was obviously given a task to say, look, this is what you have to do. But once you started going door to door, meeting the people, in the north of England or even east of London, there are some people who don't even understand the language.
Yeah.
They don't even understand what sort of life the mainstream live. So having to speak to them, having to spend time with them, you understand their, you know, what they actually were supposed to serve with them.
Exactly.
So I think this is when you realize that nahi, you are here to do something else.
Exactly.
And you just carry on. I mean, 5 months ago, I just was looking up in the sky and I wanted to do skydiving.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. From 15,000 feet, I just,
Wow.
it just came down. And my daughter was saying, Ammi, please, for God's sake, I don't want a crippled mom at my wedding. So, but then I'm here.
Yeah, mashallah.
आपको अपने आप को मैंने देखा ब्रिगेडियर साहब उर्दू बोल रहे थे तो मुझे लगा कि कुछ लोग शायद उर्दू
आपकी
जानना
उर्दू है भी
चाहें।
बहुत अच्छी।
कुछ लोग शायद उर्दू जानना चाहें और सुनना चाहें। कल एक शख्स में जहाज़ में मुझे मिला, मैं रात ही को आई हूँ, सोई नहीं हूँ। सो वो शख्स मुझे कहने लगा, जब हम अपने मुल्क से बाहर जाते हैं बग़ैर तालीम के, ऐसा लगता है कि जैसे हमारे हाथ काट के हमें भेजा जा रहा है। उस शख्स की वो बात मेरे जहन में ऐसी बसी कि we must go for education.
Exactly.
No matter how old you are, no matter what difficulties you're going through. Yes, it is difficult, but that is the challenge. When you are living in that difficult environment, this is when you want to go and achieve something.
Exactly, and you know, I just, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, but you know, this is the moment where I'm actually taking inspiration as well, and I'm trying to learn.
You're embarrassing
No,
me.
no, not that. But honestly, but this question which I'm going to pose towards you might be a little hard one, but it's not going to be a hard task for you.
Well, I'll
because-
think about it whether I should answer or not.
Yeah, that's your choice.
Okay.
So, you know, you just said it yourself that you've been affiliated with the media industry for 30 years. And then all of a sudden, you know, there's this one gentleman who actually wants you to have this amazing thing which is about helping people. And that's the time that when you realize that this is what you wanted to do. So that confusion our generation is in is that they're not able to figure out the direction they have to go in. And it took you 30 years. And that's something which I want to advocate about, that it can take a little longer, but there will be a time when you will realize that this is what you wanted to do. So how would you put it in a box or take the cat out of the box that this is one should feel about getting their own direction?
I think, Shahzad, mentoring, we need mentors.
Yes.
People like us, people like yourselves, people like your auntie, uncle, neighbor, teachers. It could be anyone within your family, outside your family, in your neighborhood. Find a mentor for yourself.
Yep.
Find a leader for yourself. And I think this is where we need to create that leadership
Exactly.
within ourselves, within our country, within our nation. Leadership, jo hai na, that is something the youth has to bring that. And we are the people, we should go and guide them. Look, I think I took that route. That wasn't so very wise. Why don't you take the other route,
Exactly.
which might give you a better result?
And you've said it wonderfully as well, and I kind of think that, you know, this is the right thing, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing beyond that, and there's nothing prior to this as well. But very quickly, since you said that, you know, it's all about mentoring, it's about looking for the one you want to follow, your heart makes you feel like following this amazing person. So, you know, I mean, you've conducted so many interviews, you know, you've met with Tony Blair, you met with, you know, Aftab Ahmed Khan Sherpa, you know, even the sitting Prime Minister of the country. And then, you know, in Bollywood, you met Shah Rukh Khan and Sanjay Dutt and Javed Akhtar, you know, such literate personalities as well. Who was that one person who actually inspired you during that interview while you were doing it? That one person out of such an amazing, huge profile.
Dilip Kumar Saab.
Dilip Kumar Saab. What did he say?
Dilip Kumar Saab. I was quite, I mean, that was a long time ago when he was obviously
Yeah.
at the peak. And I interviewed him about 3 times and we got to know each other quite well. And he said he liked my sense of humor as well because thoda sa hasti bolti rehti hu. A person who says, do your homework right,
Yep.
do your research right.
Yep.
Without that, you're not able to go and interview someone. It's just like I came here, you knew about me beforehand. So it is something that, you know, and the kind of, you know, you get those vibes
Yeah.
from a giant figure. And yet I was trying to show him as if like I'm Durdana Ansari, it doesn't really matter. But inside, my whole body, my whole soul was shaking,
Yeah.
sitting in front of Dilip Kumar
It's
Saab.
exactly the way I feel right now.
Nahi, nahi, nahi. I mean, I feel sometimes, there are still moments when I feel nervous.
Yeah.
I used to ask my editors, my superiors in the BBC,
Yep.
I said, I don't know, I've been broadcasting for the last 20 years, and yet the green light comes, and my hands are really, my palms are really wet. He said, the moment you stop, you know, shivering and you stop being nervous,
Yeah.
you'll become a bad broadcaster. So I never say that I know it.
Yeah.
I know it all. So I'm always there. Yes, I can do it.
Exactly.
Yes, I can jump from the sky and I can do that. I mean, recently I went to Zimbabwe. I mean, last week, in
Yep.
fact. I was in Zimbabwe and in South Africa and Cape Town. And the people that there, I was talking in the townships, the vibes and the energy that I took from those women, hundreds of women are sitting in front of you and they're just simply just staring at you as if you are coming from, you know, some another world. And women were just like, can I touch you? Can I feel you? Can we hug you?
Yeah.
This is when you feel like, my God, there's so much to do in the world. Please wake up, get up, make your own environment better.
Exactly.
Yes, dream about another world, but wherever you're living, that is the world. Try and make that world better.
Exactly.
Trust me, you will be the winner.
Wonderfully said, and I think that this is the best compliment anybody could get, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm saying that it is a compliment. It's not a suggestion, it's not an advice. It's because of the fact for all of those people who've kept on doing this, make sure that you're at it and you keep on doing this as well. I think that this is something which everybody needs to do in life. But very quickly, since you're a mother too as well, and you're a beautiful daughter who's a great artist, you had her on the show as well. So Amina, we do miss you too as well.
Amina.
Yeah, Amina. And so what I'm going to say or ask is that one piece of advice you've always given your children, I want you to consider that everybody out there, my viewers, they're your children as well. Give them that piece of advice so that they take mentoring and they know what to learn, where to learn, and what to drop.
I was only 18 years old when I had Amina. Amina was born hard of hearing. And I thought, that is it, my life was finished. But this is when my life actually started, when I took that challenge to say, look, I'm going to make sure that this girl becomes the most important, the most powerful woman in the world. And ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, she is now one of the finest artists you can find here. She left England and she wants to come and help the country here in Pakistan. So please, whatever you want to do it to the most, you know, the best. कोई कमी मत छोड़िए उसमें, जो करना है उसको आखिर तक कीजिए और अपने साथ ये मत सोचिए आज मैं हार गया, जितना नीचे जाएंगे उतनी तेजी से आप ऊपर आएंगे.
Very, very well said. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being with us. It was an
Thank you
honor
very
to have
much,
you on the
Shahzad,
show
for
too
having
as
me.
well. Thank you very much. And for everybody who's out there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to say anything beyond what ma'am said, and it's because of the fact that, you know, I think that she's wonderfully summed up. She's done my job for today too as well. But for everybody who's out there, if you want to say anything to us, if you want to write to us, please write to us on our Facebook fan page, which is with the name of World This Morning. It's on your TV screens. On Twitter, it's World This Morning without a G. On Daily Motion and YouTube, it's World This Morning. The Fabulous repeat is going to be at 11 p.m. tonight. Till the next time, 1, 2, 3, good morning.